So I have a question, right? In my previous video, I spoke about just purely, her ideology regarding her interview with Nick Fuentes about slavery. It's cool. There are a lot of people in her defense saying that she's not a racist. All right, understand. Give her that pass. But then a video resurfaces that says where she says that she's against reparations. And if I'm not mistaken, don't misquote me, but I think that she spoke on it previously before this came out.
But
So the problem with reparations is what percentage of white people do you think actually owned slaves in the US?
I don't I don't know.
It's less than 1%.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And the other problem is money doesn't solve poverty.
But I think that there was a mass live where she spoke on a panel full of black individuals who spoke their thoughts about the previous situation that occurred with her and her statements. So I think it was asked again to her, and she said that she was against it.
While we're there, let me ask you this. Just Pearly Things, what is your position on reparations? Are you for or against reparations for Black American citizens?
I'm against reparations. I don't know. I don't believe in that.
Uh-oh.
Now, let's talk about that a little bit, right? So you don't have to take my word for nothing. I worked in the the medical field for almost a decade, and then I transitioned to being a truck driver. Not a politician, not big on politics, right? But here's my thing. You spoke with Nick Fuentes, and you all akin slavery hand in hand with the Holocaust, right? They received reparations. The proper question that they should have asked you was, are you also against them receiving reparations? Right? To get a good understanding of the ideology that you have, I don't want to know why you're against it. I want to know if you also believe that about the other races that receive reparations from America. And that's where you'll get the foundation of the ideology. That's where you'll get your answers as to if she's really racist or not, right? Because why just the African American group don't receive reparations, but everybody else can, right? I feel like that's a pretty good point that should be touched on, and they should ask her that on a mass platform, to where she could speak her viewpoints about that as well, just to see if she's against reparations for everybody, right? That'll be nice, right? Nobody gets nothing. How about that? At least she's fair across the board. Or is it just this particular group that shouldn't get it? And then you can dive into why they don't deserve it. But I mean, other than that, that'll answer all the questions and any head scratching ideas that you have about that, It's very unfortunate to see, she's very young, but her ideology is very misguided, but it comes from somewhere, right? Everybody's opinions are derived from the way that they think, but the way that they think was taught to them. So now you have to go back to, where did she get that information from? The lead spoke on it a little bit as to her comments about it being over exaggerated, but he even mentioned that she doesn't possess the mental capabilities to break down what he even said to be able to speak on it and give it to the people the way that it was supposed to be given to, right? But even still, right, that is still a very ignorant statement alone. And I kind of spoke to my wife just to ask her to see, like, if my views were on point with a lot of the things that I was talking about. And she pointed out in the interview how she was like, I mean, well, it's just like if you take Poland, for example, and took a bunch of Nigerians and put them in Poland, the culture be it'll be totally different.
That is why they say that.
Because
yeah.
you feel like by changing the entire demographic makeup of a country, it's going to completely change the country. The same way, if in Poland they switched it out with Nigerians, it would be a completely different country.
Exactly, yeah.
My wife was like, do you not understand that those are two countries? I believe what she meant to say was black people. If you take black people and put them in Poland, would it be different, right? But even still, it's a different culture of people. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't necessarily even have to be black, but you could replace that with any other race. But just to find it funny how my wife was able to point that out, that she said Nigerians into Poland, which are two different countries, but she meant the race aspect of it. That was something to think about. But I find it very unfortunate how a lot of people have came to her aid in self-defense. In the live, an individual was talking to her, and he stopped the live to point out a black woman who said her comments and spoke her viewpoint on the situation and how it affected her and how she perceived it. She gave that back to the panel, and he cussed her out.
I just want to interject here because there's somebody in the chat room saying, a lady, I'll put it up here. A lady says exactly, you prove the point. She's targeting the black community. Why? Because it's a popular and lucrative area. It doesn't mean she cares to fix the problems. So she's supposed to fix the problems that black women have created.
Incredible.
She's supposed to fix. Hold it. She's supposed to fix the problems that black women themselves have created. Black women have made billions off of black female fuckery. Oprah Winfrey is the queen of black female fuckery, and she's made billions from it. But you're mad because now Pearly can make a couple of coins from it. That's the real problem a lot of us have with Pearl. It's time that the truth be told. You didn't say anything about Oprah Winfrey. You didn't say anything about Essence. You didn't say anything when Ebony magazine went from a proud tradition to a feminist shill. You didn't say anything about Kimberly Foster. You didn't say anything about Derrick Jackson. Don't get me started on that. You didn't say anything about Steve Harvey. You didn't say anything about all of those people for years and decades making buku money off of the fuckery of black women. But here come Pearl, and now all of a sudden you got your back up. Bitch, please. You know what? Where's my... Hold on a second.
How can you call her a B for stepping out and saying you were running in mud and you stepped on my shoes, but you didn't check the person running in the mud, running through the crowd in the first place? That person apparently is with you. That's very disrespectful. And you're setting us back far. For you to call a black woman a B, but not look at the person with the same aggression who triggered that response. And I don't mean triggered as in a Karen, you hurt my feelings by telling me the truth, or stepping out of my way to assume just to attack you based on your race. That wasn't that. That was a reflex that she had in that comment. She was slapped and she responded. She had a verbal reflex, and you attacked her for having that verbal reflex and not the individual who slapped her verbally. A lot of y'all need to do a lot of self-reflecting, right? A lot of y'all come into the space of being in front of the camera and think that everybody's opinion really matters. But guess what? It doesn't. Not everybody's opinion matters. And to see that this is a percentage of the manosphere, it's very disappointing to see that this is the direction that you're leading our men, our young boys, who are lost and misguided, being lied by lost and misguided shepherds. It's very disappointing because I don't understand. I'm not big on what the red pill community is all about, but what I have been seeing, how Abba and Preach has been coffee-zillying people, is crazy. They need to be excommunicated. Even Amazing Lucas has pointed out a bunch of things that's been going on. And they throw these videos up as if, I don't know, is it just clickbait? Like, I sometimes I ask myself, like, are they serious, right? Are they truly serious? Or are they just trying to clickbait people and trigger people into watching a video for clickbait views? Like, I don't understand most of the time because I take it as a joke because I feel like they are joking, but they be dead serious. And that's crazy. How do you plan on teaching somebody something you know nothing about? Just think on that. How do you plan on teaching somebody something you know nothing about, but yet you have all these opinions and ideas? Where is that leading you? And not only where is that leading you, but where is that leading all of the individuals listening to what you're saying and taking it to heart? They're taking what you're saying as life. They're digesting it mentally. You're giving them food for thought. They don't understand that that's microwave food. That's processed food. And all it's doing is slowly killing them. But not only do they not understand that, I believe that y'all don't understand that. It doesn't matter if she's a racist or not. She should have not been allowed to slide saying that. There shouldn't be no dispute within any community. This is the only culture that will defend. This is crazy. This is the only culture that will defend something like this. That's like me calling your mother out of her name and then saying, well, I mean, people back, hey, look, man. That's like people in your family saying, look, he cool though. He cool. Like, I remember, he asked me for some gum. And then, you know, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just don't know him like that. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. A line has been crossed. There should be consequences put in place for stuff like this. And that leads me on to another thing. Charleston White. I don't understand. Please help me understand. I don't understand how you are the leading face of a program that's supposed to help black men. But you say stuff like this. What are you helping them do? Go to jail? Get killed? It doesn't matter what race of woman it was. How can you get on camera and say something like that? Even if you were trying to hurt a white man's feeling. Think about that, white boy. Whoo! How was that cool? So, well, all right. How about this? It was just about race, right? You were saying it to hurt his feelings. Imagine if a group of black boys did go out and do that just because, hey, he did it. It must be our way to get back. What is that doing for them? We're not feeding people what they need to be eating. We're not feeding them anything because y'all are not eating anything. I can't even say we. Y'all are not eating anything worth passing on. Y'all aren't. Nothing is fulfilling y'all. What y'all are eating is just causing a bigger void in y'all's comprehension. And all y'all are doing is just broadcasting it for other people who are lost, and they are listening to y'all. They are listening to y'all. This is beyond disappointing and disgusting. This is beyond that. Y'all are poisoning plants at this point. Y'all are going out into the harvest and just chopping down whatever y'all want to chop down. Or if y'all don't chop it down, y'all spray it with poisonous chemicals to watch it wither away under the sun. Eventually. Because that's all this is leading to. And it goes back to what I said. There are no consequences for stuff like that. Where's the black community stepping in to say, you know what, where's the community? Where's the community of people to say, hey, they do it for every other community. You say one thing about any other community, it don't matter if they all at war with each other, they're shutting it down. It don't even have to be black at this point. Where's the community to come in and say, hey man, y'all morals and values, y'all moral structure and values don't align with anything we have going on to push us forward as a community to help protect the citizens. We're at war with the government. We're at war with ourselves. We're at war with other people. We're at war not only with ourselves as a people and community, but we're at war with ourselves individually. How do you fight a war on every single last front like that? And then you have people coming out spewing this kind of trash. Fresh and Fit. Y'all sat there and attacked a woman. You attacked a panel of women. But I'll stick with the woman who decided to get up. Waka left early. First off, if y'all want a definition of a man, y'all probably should look at Waka before you look at them. Waka came from the streets. And he turned his life around. Those are the people you need to be talking to figure out, hey, so you went from going hard in the paint to real estate? What was that about? I remember you were on Beats. I remember when he was on 106 in Park and he made that statement, yeah, I want to go back to college for, what do you want to study? Geometry. Everybody laughed. Look at him now. Look at him. Look at him. Not with just your eyes, but look at him. Think about it. Look at him. I commend him so much for turning. I would love to sit down and talk to Waka Flocka. I would just love to sit down, and then don't even have to be on camera, just have a personal one-on-one with him to dive into his mind state, because that is where the men are lost right now. Going hard in the paint. That is the man that y'all need to talk to. Man. Not the boys sitting on the panel criticizing a woman saying that, what if you didn't have a choice? But then you sit up here and listen to Charleston White say how they did it. Unwillingly. They didn't give consent. And he told you how they did it. Unwillingly. There's no pushback, no criticism, laughs and giggles. I have a daughter. Bro, God himself, bro. Himself. But y'all sit here laughing, giggle. There ain't no way that conversation would have slid under the rug as soon as the door would have creaked, soon as the doorknob would, soon as the lock, soon as I would have heard a footstep outside, soon as I would have seen somebody pulled up, that conversation would have been shut down. That is disgusting. But yet you sit here and you spew all these ideologies about what modern women, what about a modern nigga? How about that? How about we talk about that? How about modern niggas? Because the manosphere seem to pack a whole lot of modern niggas up in there. Let's talk about that. And I don't mean nigga as in black. I mean mentally. The ignorance that is bred inside of that sphere need to be shut down. Y'all are crazy. Y'all sit up there and treat granted, I'll give y'all a pass because the women sit up there and let y'all, but the ones who give the pushback, I salute you. Because a lot of the times the things that they talk about, it's hurting because it's not them, right? It's the people that they're influencing. Once again, look at their following, man. Look how many people are following y'all. And look at what you're feeding them. Fuck bitches. You shouldn't even be concerned about a bitch. Why would you want to be with why? Why would you want to get with a woman who calls herself that? What about a real woman? I'm curious to know, like, what's y'all's end goal? I hope it ain't to try to get these people to get married, or you're trying to get them to be alpha. That term is so misquoted. That term is so misquoted, just like woke. Y'all don't even know what it means. You do not know what an alpha is. You do not know what an alpha male, you don't know what alpha is. You don't. And it shows within the conversations that you have with individuals. It's okay to have a viewpoint, but what you need to do is keep that viewpoint to yourself until you fully understand the magnitude of that before you give it out for people to digest. People need to be held accountable for what they're saying. For you to sit there and bash that woman for saying that, nah, I can't tell, I'm about to get up and walk out, and y'all do that to her. Not trying to start nothing, but why didn't you say that to Waka? Yeah, go, bro. Yeah, go. You don't want nobody care about, yeah. Yeah, you can't handle facts. Nigga, what about what you said to her is a fact? That's essential to the kids. Something happening to the kids and they tell the parents, like, they're just being kids. You should have sat down with that young lady and had a longer verbal discussion to dive into her mind and see why she felt that way. Well, first off, you should have shut up and shouldn't even said anything about it from the get. Because there are men that has happened to anyways, and they just don't come out and talk about it. But yet you're sitting over here saying that it was a choice. Everything's a choice. Everything's a choice, bro. It's a choice. Y'all should have some men on that panel who that has happened to unconsensually. As boys all the way up to men. What impact has that had on you in your life, your social life, your emotional life, your mental life, your spiritual life, your physical life? How has that impacted you? Y'all don't have these conversations. What y'all do is y'all sit up here and bring up prayer. And then y'all set the table. I set the table for them. The sheep, bring them in, set the table. They don't know that they're there for the slaughter. And all you do is just start pulling it out, cutting away at the ones that let you cut at them, and then feast. Bring in your views, your comments. These individuals in your comment section who think that they know about what it is to live. I hope you're not teaching them how to get married, because that ain't it. That ain't it. I'm married. I come last in my family. I have 2 daughters. I come last in my family. Put my wife's needs and my children's needs before mine all day, any day. Ask my wife who's the alpha of the house. I don't have to snap my fingers. Woman, why aren't all these things done? I wash the dishes, I cook. I wash clothes, I fold them. I clean up, I vacuum, I sweep. Who's gonna do that if I was alone? People have the misconstrued perception that a marriage is 50-50. It is not 50-50. It's 100-100. That's the reason why the Bible says two are now one flesh. It's when all of you and all of that person. It's no longer about individual feelings and emotions. Marriage isn't about love. Don't nobody care about, because you don't love things 24/7. Not how many YouTubers love the money that they make, but at the time, most of the time, they didn't love it. You can find anybody in any career field. They don't love it 100% of the time. But you persist. Through the struggle, through the hardships, through the times where you just want to throw in the flag, throw in the towel, I'm done. You're bonded to it and you keep at it. I need to do better, man. I need to do better and think better. I need to have better views, and I don't understand. It's sickening. It is, man. It'll be more impactful if you all learned the truth and fed that to y'all's communities of followers. I don't understand how she hasn't came out and apologized about it. I mean, like, what is there to have a discussion about? That again alone is disrespectful. How do you disrespect someone and then just like, well, I ain't do nothing wrong. Y'all tripping. Once again, running in mud, running on people's shoes, and then get mad at them whenever they react and respond to it. And y'all wonder why the world is the way it is now. It's because you have people feeding on the ideologies and opinions and viewpoints and perceptions of people in these spaces who don't know what they're talking about. But somehow they convince these people, these sheep, to put ropes around their neck and guide them wherever they want to guide them in the dark. They don't know where they're going. They have no destination set on GPS. They are free roaming, wasting time, valuable resources, wasting people's minds and souls. This platform and all of these social media platforms have the power to change people's lives for the positive, but it also has the power to destroy people. And that's literally all I've been seeing. I've been seeing both, but it seems that the damage is being done at an exponential rate as far as destroying people's lives. Got to do better. Be better. If not for anybody else, at least yourself. Save your own soul. There's more to life out here. There's way more to life. I didn't even understand that until I went on a cruise. And that experience alone opened up my eyes to so much self-inflicted damage that I done to myself just by what I was feeding myself from what people thought. I was eating off the wrong plate. Came back from that cruise, I threw that plate in the I broke it and threw it out in the street. I don't even want to see it no more. A lot of y'all need to take that plate and drive somewhere y'all never been and would never go back to and throw it out the window and leave it there. That's what y'all need to do. Because it all starts in the mind. But it would never take root. The seed would never take root if you leave it laying on concrete. And a lot of these blasphemous ideologies and opinions, that's exactly what they are. Concrete. Weeds. It can grow, but when the weed wraps around it, we were growing corn and I forgot that they had bean seeds still up in there. Know what happened? Choked them out. Killed it. It looks good. It looks good. It looks good. It looks good. But can you consume it? It's dead. No nutritional value in it anymore. But the beautiful thing about that, even through the darkness, those corn stalks still had seeds on them. Dried the kernels out. Replant them properly. Then you reap your harvest. Yeah.